Is it coming? There we go.
Yes, yes, yes. Here we are.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
My voice didn't sound right, does it?
Didn't. You all right?
Yeah. I hadn't been out and about
Good
during the
morning,
night.
good morning, good morning.
November the 9th at 8 o'clock here on this Saturday morning in Alabama.
That's right.
How is everybody doing?
Hope everybody's having an awesome Saturday morning.
Can't say if you're hot or cold this morning because we were just looking at the weather and boy, is it crazy.
It's just, I was seeing a lot of people comment before the live went live, and there was a lot of cooler temperatures out there versus what it has been.
It's not here in Alabama though.
No,
Still
it's
hot.
still hot.
Still hot, but we can't control that. So
No,
we will just carry on until it does get cooler.
carry on. Well, the craziness is over.
Yeah.
And so that means one thing.
What's that?
No more political ads on ever. I mean, well, not ever, but
For 4 years? For 4 more years?
No more ads. Thank goodness. Ooh, can I get an amen on that one?
That's right. I'm kind of, I mean, no matter what way it went, I'm just glad it's over and done
gracious.
and quit, all that stuff.
Somebody was asking about you. I told you this morning this shirt was pretty.
Y'all, this shirt.
It's got to be Duluth.
Well,
it's got the little gnome on it.
But I can't decide if I like it or if I don't like it.
I like it.
I bought it because it was on sale. And it was on sale real cheap. But I like mushrooms. I like a mushroom.
But you don't like eating mushrooms.
No.
You're not a big mushroom fan.
I'm not a big mushroom fan. So as I looked in my closet this morning, this shirt still had the tags on it. And I've been this close to saying next time I go to my doctor, I'm going to take that shirt back.
I like it.
Because I'm not going to wear it. Well, this morning I had a change of heart. I said, I'm ripping the tags off of it. It was so cheap I can work in it.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm going to do.
I like it. I think it looks pretty.
So I might end up donating it at some point.
No.
But
everybody else likes it too.
Well, I'm glad y'all do. I'm just kind of on the fence about it still.
It is pretty.
But thank y'all. Thank y'all.
I want to say that we had a little issue. It started either yesterday or the day before yesterday. And that is that if you watched our videos from a mobile device or on your computer, everything was fine. But if you happen to watch our videos on your TV, I was talking in different languages. And there was no rhyme or reason. I would get emails and messages. I was talking in French, Hindu, Spanish, Portuguese. So there was a lot of language, and I didn't know I was that multi-talented, but I was talking in several languages, but only on the TV. So I did talk to YouTube yesterday. There is a program, I don't know what you call it, but there's a feature that they are working on. And a lot of times I get asked to try these new features out. And one of them, and it has been 2 weeks since they told me that we were able to do this.
But we've been kind of looking forward to it.
We have been kind of looking forward to it. So they're doing automatic dubbing, which is what you saw, like the old Kung Fu movies, you know what I'm talking about? Where their mouth don't match up with what they're saying, but basically the same thing.
Something I wouldn't watch.
And so I'm part of this beta program where they're testing this out, and I've had zero issues with it whatsoever until yesterday.
Or you thought until yesterday. It may have been a couple of days prior.
Who knows? But long story short, I reported it to them because they need to know what's going on, because this is a feature that they're eventually going to roll out to everybody. And I turned it off and had to go to each video. They had 10 languages set up for each video. And so I had to go through and delete all the languages off and turned the auto dubbing off. And yeah,
Well, when we first saw it,
somebody said DJ's channel was the same way.
oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
When we first saw it, Jason went in and looked, and he said, "It's set to English.
It's set to English.
Everything's okay." And so I actually commented back to a couple of people that everything's good on our end. It must be the settings on your TV.
That's what I kept thinking, that it was
because we couldn't figure out what was
yeah,
going on.
because at first it was just like 1 or 2 people.
Mm-hmm.
Then you thought, but then it was like 10 and 15 and
And we knew that it wasn't just something on our end.
That's right.
Or something on their end, I should say.
That's right. So anyways, I wanted to apologize for that, for anyone that had that happen to them. But I think probably around lunchtime or 1 o'clock, I had it corrected.
And some people said, I thought it was funny first when Jason was mouthing away in Spanish, but then it got kind of aggravating because they couldn't tell what he was saying.
Couldn't tell what I was saying. Couldn't tell what I was saying.
But if you spoke a different language, but you weren't fluent, like that wasn't your primary language, I bet it would be fun to see if you could actually. Oh, well, I'll hush. I'll hush.
There's a lot of people saying that I truly am a true wordsmith.
You were yesterday.
I was for sure yesterday.
You were. So hopefully we won't have any issues until that program is up and going good.
Well, I hope I get a they said somebody said DJ was having the same issue yesterday, so I'm sure they got a lot of reports turned into them, and they will fix it. They will fix it. I've done a lot of stuff over the years, and there's never been an issue. So this is the first time that something actually messed up.
It did good too, didn't it?
It
messed up good.
Yeah, it did. Prior to it being actually rolled out to everybody else.
While we hate it for the people that do watch on their TV,
yes,
the good thing was that it didn't affect everybody.
That's true.
Just say you got on your phone and you went to watch Jason, and everybody that went to watch was in a foreign language. We would have been scrambling. So we hate it for those that were watching on TV, but hope you went back and were able to watch yesterday afternoon successfully.
Or if you didn't know that it was corrected, it is corrected, so you can go back and check out the video as well.
That's right.
But it is something that I have been asking them to do, because we get surveys and say what's something, and I always put that on there because I figure that the technology is there. And obviously it is, but they still ain't got it worked out. But
your mouth will never move with the words,
that's right?
Okay.
That's right.
They can't fix your mouth moving.
That's not the case. Now, I didn't see it. Now, some of you guys may have, and allegedly with the new technology out there, they can make your mouth move, but I don't know if that was like that or not. So.
That's a little much.
Isn't that crazy?
They don't need to control my mouth.
That's crazy.
They can make me say things that I didn't actually say if they can do that.
Well, I'm sure
that's scary.
Well, you think about the translation from English, and it was 10 languages. I mean, it was Chinese, it was Japanese, it was German, it was French. So there's some words there that probably don't, you know what I mean?
That probably weren't what came out of your actual mouth.
Oh, no.
Oh, they can make you say anything you wanted. I mean, anything they wanted to.
Yeah.
That could be dangerous.
So, but it is something I've wanted because I thought it would be great for, another country to watch us. They may enjoy it, because I feel like we spread a lot of joy, and so that's just what I thought.
Especially the kids channel.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Wouldn't that be great?
That's right.
I was thinking about the main channel, but kids channel would be great too. Oh goodness.
Yep. A matter of fact, about a year ago, I thought about starting a new channel, and because we have I can look and see who watches us, and we have a big Spanish following. And so I thought about, or Spanish speaking following. And so I thought about creating another channel and getting a company to do that for me. But YouTube said, hey, look, we're going to come out with this.
I remember you telling me that. You were like, I thought about paying somebody, but if they're going to
do it for free, then I'm not going to do it.
So hopefully they'll get the kinks worked out.
That's right.
It will be beneficial in the long run.
It will. It absolutely will.
It may not benefit y'all, but it'll benefit somebody.
That's right.
And that's the way we look at it.
That's right.
Making people happy.
And speaking of the kids channel, I haven't got that video. We've been running.
Oh
It
my
seems like this
gosh.
week, don't it?
I'm ready to just sit down. You know
Me
what?
too.
The lady that let me borrow the trap
Right.
for the male dog contacted me last night and said she was going to be in town today and could I meet her to give her her trap back. And of course, you know, we got a day full of things we need to do, but I told her, I said, sure enough, I will meet you as soon as this live's over. Because, you know, when somebody lets you borrow
That's
something,
right.
you need to get it back to them. And that's on my mind. So I was not going to tell her, no, I'm not going to meet you. So that's my plan after this is over to go get Miss Loretta the lady.
Loretta the
Well,
lady.
I guess our pig Loretta's a lady too.
Yeah, she is.
Loretta the
Yeah.
human lady.
Yeah.
Her trap back that she let me borrow because we were scared to try to take the male dog out of that crate or out of that trap he was
We didn't
in.
want him to run away. And
And
all we did was just transfer him from one vehicle to the other.
yeah,
And then took him to Angie and Wes and they transferred him. So
right. Yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
I was thankful that she let me borrow that.
Yep, absolutely.
So giving back thanks to her by meeting her when she can.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But the new kids video, I'm finding myself enjoying it, but also I'm enjoying to be able to have the little freedom of
Not having a schedule.
not having a schedule, and it has to be out. See, it would have to be out today, and
You would have had to put something off.
Well, yesterday, that's right. We had a semi off day. You had a doctor's appointment, and then me and Mary Carl went with you and went to the movies.
I dropped them off in Alabaster, which is on the way to Hoover, where my doctor is. And speaking of Hoover, I could have taken the shirt back yesterday, but I decided to hang on to it. So I dropped them off, and my appointment was at 2:00. Their movie started at 1:45. So bang bang time, right?
It's perfect.
So I saw my doctor, and the visit ended up taking a little bit longer than what I thought. And y'all know I'm a punctual person. I am a punctual person. I get my heart starts racing if I'm not going to be somewhere on time, and I don't like that. And lo and behold, their movie was going to be over at 3:45, and here I was at 3:30 still sitting at the doctor's office. And I sent Jason a text during the movie, and I said, I have to have labs done, and I'm still waiting. And it was nothing they could do on their end. I mean, they were moving as fast as they could, but my heart was going like this because I didn't want them to have to wait. They didn't care, but
we didn't care.
That's just kind of the way I am.
We didn't care at all.
And it's either a good characteristic or a bad characteristic, depending on what you got going on.
That's right, depending on the circumstance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yesterday it didn't matter, but in my mind it did matter. I mean, there was a Dairy Queen right there. Y'all could have walked over there and had a milkshake or something.
I mean, there was the Books a Million or whatever. It's a little walk away, but it's still in the same, shopping center.
That's right.
But there was a Walmart over. We could have found things to do.
But when they came out, they had this bucket, and this bucket was striped, and it had popcorn in it. And they said, Mary Carl said, Mama, I didn't know if you wanted this leftover popcorn or not. I said, give it to me. Give it to me. That's the first time they've ever had leftover popcorn.
Well, it's because I had an accident in the movie theater. So this movie theater is, and it seems like everyone we go to is like this now, but I'm sure there's still some out there that are the old school movie theaters, but these have these reclining seats in them. And just so happens that this movie theater in Alabaster, all of them have these nice reclining seats in them or whatever, and they got the center theater is called GPX, and I forget what that stands for. It stands for something, and it's supposed to be a bigger screen, and I really can't tell the difference in the screen size, and better speakers, and I really can't tell the difference in the speakers either. But the reclining seats are even more fancy than the other ones, and they're heated and cooled.
That's a little much for me.
It's crazy. And it's got a tray, y'all, that swings around like this. And just so happened the movie we wanted to see was in that theater. And
well, it was the timing.
It was the time. That's right. The time. That was the only time. And
we had to time it with my appointment so I could drop them off and they wouldn't be, sitting there waiting on me. That would have been really bad.
Right. And so, and we saw the Marvel movie Venom. It's kind of like Spider-Man or whatever. But anyways, so we got the tray there. We're all leaning back, and me and Mary Carl were eating the popcorn out of it. And we had probably, I don't know, maybe half of it, I guess. And I reached to get some, and I dumped it over. And I felt so guilty because I dumped it over because I knew that somebody was going to have to come in and clean my mess up. And so, anyways, Mary Carl said, "It's okay, Daddy, it's okay." And I said, "Well, I'm going to take it up there and get a refill." And I thought it was like a couple of bucks to get the refill. So I took it up there, and the girl said, "Sure." And she refilled it and handed it back to me. And I had my wallet out, and she's like, "No, the refills are free." And I did not know that. I don't see it published anywhere.
So when they got in the car,
We had a lot
I
of
said,
popcorn left
"How did
over.
y'all have leftover popcorn? Because I've never gotten any before." And they said, "It's free refills." And I said, "Free refills?" I
Yeah.
thought to myself, why have y'all never brought me popcorn before? But you learned of that yesterday.
Yeah, I had no idea that it was free refills.
So now I
And-
always
and the
get
drinks-
leftover popcorn.
And the drinks are too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So if you get the whatever that package is,
Yeah,
it's
the
like
number or something.
it used to be a number one. Now they call it something because they swapped ownerships of the movie theater. But the drink refills free if you get that.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, if you get a soft
Crazy.
drink, you really probably don't need that.
You
much.
won't. It's a large. You'll never drink that much. If you do, then it looks like a garbage can. You know.
But the popcorn that I eat at my house only has olive oil spritzed on it.
Yeah, that's right.
And I'm gonna tell y'all something. I about couldn't handle that popcorn. It was almost just too salty for me.
Mhm.
Because when I add it, I'm limited on the salt and
That's
I'm
right.
limited on the season because I want it to be a healthy air
Mhm.
popped snack. And of course, this was, it was did up. So I didn't eat that much of it, but I certainly enjoyed what I did eat.
It was good. You know what I just realized now?
What?
So when we first started going to that movie theater, for the longest time, we've been going there for several years now because it's fairly close to us and it's really, really nice. They had that little butter thing that you pushed and real butter would come out of it on your popcorn. And me and Mary Carl did it one time, but it was just too much.
So they still have that, but y'all don't do it.
No, I don't see it there anymore.
Huh.
Maybe,
okay.
Maybe it just wasn't getting used like it was. But we
Oh.
did it one time, but it was just way too much.
I tell you, when you just get used to something and it changes a little bit,
Mhm.
it was so different than what I make here.
Oh yeah.
And not to say I didn't enjoy it
Right.
because it was good, but I just could only eat so much of it.
I'm kind of the same way. It is pretty salty.
It was just, don't change what you're doing because people enjoy it, but it
Right.
was just different than what I'm used to.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to get me some more shirts like this, obviously, because people are liking it.
I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. Well, so a video or two ago, I talked about how we got some rain, and I think we got actually 1/10 of an inch that day.
Mhm.
Not very much, but we did get some. And we were so happy because they've been forecasting for several days now that this Raphael is its name. It's a
Mhm.
hurricane,
Mhm.
but it was going to hit the Gulf. It was going to just peter on out, come on up around Mississippi, Louisiana, where we're going to be on the west side of it.
East side,
I'm sorry. East side of it, and it was going to give us some much needed rain. And as of yesterday, that thing has changed its mind. It's now going more west, and then it's going to go south. We're not going to get anything. Our rain chances went from 60 to 80% to now, what is it? 20.
15,
20.
Jason showed me the model for the hurricane or tropical storm, whatever it is, and it looked just like this, just a bunch of lines, and it just went back down. Of course, we don't wish, a hurricane on anybody, but the much needed rain, oh my goodness, it would have been so beneficial. Mm-hmm. And somehow it just went south, literally.
It went south.
Literally.
Absolutely went south. So
we still hadn't gotten any beneficial rain, but I did see last night, Mary Carl and I were looking at the 7-day forecast because she just loves cooler weather, cold weather.
Mm-hmm.
You know, to me, I like 70s, you know,
Yeah.
but not
Yeah.
her. She wants it to be like,
Cocoa.
yeah. So she was, yay, because we had some 40s for nighttime temperatures coming up in the next 7 days.
Oh, really?
Yeah, 46. And she has the pink neck green pigeons.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they're very sensitive to temperature, as are the Victorians.
Mm-hmm.
However,
Mm-hmm.
the Victorians are Victorian crown pigeons or more acclimated.
Yeah, they have become very acclimated to it.
But the pink necks are more, they're finicky. So the first touch of cool air, we bring them in,
Mm-hmm.
and they stay in the aviary inside. And she did that early on because there were some temperatures that dipped into the 40s. They don't need below 50. And we have not had temperatures below, I mean, they could still be outside.
Yeah, they could be.
No doubt they could
That's
still
right.
be outside, but you just never know.
You never know.
So, yeah, they could have had another month at least outside.
No, notice something weird, but every Facebook person,
They don't have a picture.
and it just says Facebook user. It doesn't give us their name. It just started. It wasn't like that earlier, but it is now.
Oh my goodness.
It just says Facebook user. It doesn't give anybody.
So we don't know who y'all are.
We don't know who you are.
You're there, but we don't know
man.
you by name. But YouTube's fine.
YouTube's fine. That's weird. Who knows? Who knows?
Now, I got a question.
Sure.
So why are the YouTube comments showing their name, whereas when you see their comments on a video, it's like a number?
I guess because it's alive. But it don't show their name on their comments. To us, it doesn't.
On your comments on the videos, it just gives like a
whatever their sign-in name is or whatever. But
it's okay.
It's crazy.
It's okay.
It's okay. Talking about Facebook, I'm still seeing there's a couple things is that if y'all see us post a picture of the video, if you look, the next comment is where we post a link to the video. And I'm seeing
the first comment.
Right. Usually the first comment is me, and that's the link to the video. And also, I am a few days later posting the entire video on Facebook too.
Yeah, we've had some people say, "How come I can't watch your video?"
Mm-hmm.
Well, they don't realize that you can't click on that picture and watch it. You have to click on the comment.
It's in the comments.
And I'm computer illiterate myself, so I understand that it can be a little bit confusing sometimes, but you do have to click on that link that's in the first comment.
That's right.
So if you are saying you can't get the video, that may be why.
Yep. And again, a few days later, I'm posting it to the big Facebook fans that love Facebook on Facebook too. So
yeah. Because not everybody knows how to work YouTube, and we understand that, but it is quite easy once you get the hang of it.
That's right.
It just, things get to be a routine, and you find one site to be easier than the other, and it's hard to change.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to change.
I understand completely. Brooks, there's a lot of people asking about your blouse this morning, Brooke.
Okay, y'all, I talked about it earlier. It's been hanging in my closet because I got it really, really, really inexpensively at Duluth on the clearance rack. They had a lot of them too, so you might find one for yourself. It was a really good deal, and when I brought it home that day, Jason was like, "Oh, I like that," and I never put it on.
Yep.
But this morning, as I was browsing through my closet, I thought to myself, "I'm gonna wear that."
Mm-hmm.
And I appreciate y'all commenting that you like it.
Yep. Appreciate it. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Somebody's wanting to know about, are we monetized still? Are we Facebook still paying us? And do we get anything if they click on the link from Facebook to YouTube? Facebook
they don't do it.
The only reason that we do it is because we know we have a big following on Facebook, and we do it just for y'all.
So we don't get anything out of it, but we try to make everybody happy, and we're here to make you smile. So If it means that it benefits you guys, then that's why we do it.
Yep.
But it is better if you click on the link and watch it from
Yes,
there because we get
will
paid
get
through
credit.
YouTube.
Yeah, we will get credit for it if you click on the link and watch it on YouTube. But we do it for our Facebook followers and fans over there. So
that's right.
Yep.
That is right.
Same for the lives.
Yeah, same for the lives. So
Mm-hmm.
you know, it'd be better if you could watch it on YouTube, but we understand that, like I said earlier, people get used to things.
That's right. Absolutely.
I don't know if my mama's ever used YouTube, to be honest with you.
I don't think so.
She just doesn't feel comfortable and she doesn't know how to use it. So she can navigate Facebook really well.
Yep. Yep.
She sure can.
But that's why. Well, we like making people happy and smile, and you know, that's more important.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
That's right.
Talking about lives, me and you've discussed this, and even our buddy Lester told me about it. But and we couldn't do it like this because this is through a program that we're sitting still at, and we can't move around, and it's not mobile, and we are broadcasting this on 4 or 5 different platforms at the same time. We're on 2 Facebook and then YouTube twice, and then X, and I used to do on Instagram, but that was really wasn't getting much over there. It's complicated. But we talked about maybe just doing random lives, like, and this would only be on YouTube because we couldn't do it on multiple platforms with our phone. Like us doing the evening chores or putting animals up, or maybe feeding animals in the mornings, and it would just be totally random, no schedule. May not be every week, but I think some of y'all may like that. We'll have to we may do that and see.
You still got to hook the wire up.
If we're in the barn itself, we should be absolutely 100% fine, or around the barn.
Well, maybe we could try that at some point and just see how it works and see what you guys think.
I need to get a little tripod for the phone because it had to be done on our phone.
Oh, it would?
Yeah, had to be done from the phone. And I think I got it set up where we can do that.
I got a question.
Yeah.
And you may not know the answer to this.
Okay.
Say I had a phone, you had a phone. We both logged in to do a live at the same time. Could we use 2 phones?
We could
in a split screen?
We could. Yep. But
might be
one
too
of
busy.
us, well, we couldn't pay it. If we're doing this anyways, this wouldn't be no interactive probably whatsoever. This would just be people watching us.
Okay. We'll figure it out. We will figure it out.
Just from time to time, just random. It may be me working on Granddaddy's tractor on,
Yeah, or me loving on the cats. Yeah, there's so many times when I go in the barn and I'm there to feed, and the cats want loving, but I need to get the animals fed first.
Right.
And then when I get finished feeding, I sit down in a chair and all 3 kitties jump up in my lap, and it is so heartwarming to me to love on them back and to see them have the love for me. So I think that some of you guys might enjoy that. Some of y'all might think it was stupid.
Well, if you don't like
have
it,
to
you
watch.
don't have to watch it. Yeah.
But just something maybe just
and it would just be easy on our end, and we think that may make some people smile.
Well, I might even try that this afternoon.
Okay.
Just to see how it works. I don't know how to do anything on YouTube.
I have to watch it. I have to watch it. I have to show you. It's easy. I believe it's easy. I'm so used to using this thing, but and I mean this program, this StreamYard program we use.
I wonder if you just hit live.
I think so. I think you just look at your phone. And
this could be dangerous. The only thing I know how to do is mash one button, and if I may never cut the live off. If I forget, y'all might get some real inside going on. I'll be coming in the house, and Mary Carl, she doesn't want to be on.
That's right.
On the camera, but we might be live with her, and her not know it, me not know it either.
We'd get in trouble.
We would. Saw somebody say that they watched on Facebook because they cannot comment on YouTube. You cannot comment on YouTube if you don't have an account created.
Yeah, it's just like Facebook. You have to have an account created, and it's through Google. So
It's free, y'all.
It is
It's
free.
totally free.
Mhm.
But they have to have a username. They have to have a way that you can comment.
Mhm.
And if you can't comment, that's why.
Yep.
So just you may have to go in, create an account, and
That's
then you
right.
should be able to comment.
That's right. You'd have to
I-
sign in just like you would do. Once you sign in, though, you're all typically always signed in.
That's
but
the only part that I know.
there you go.
Period. That's it. I know if you don't have an account, you can't comment.
But I get it. I get it. Once you get used to something, I get it.
Yeah, it's hard to change.
That's right.
Honestly, I don't have Instagram.
Yeah, you don't even look at you don't even look at anything but Facebook.
Facebook's
You're a
all
Facebook person.
well, it's because it's all I know how to operate. Now I do look at our other creator friends' YouTube. I know how to do that.
Oh yeah, I look at that's right.
And I know how to watch videos.
That's right. That's
but
right.
I never comment. I'm a silent viewer, and that's okay too.
Or hit the like button
On YouTube.
Mm-hmm, hitting the like button and commenting, and the biggest thing is sharing. That always helps us out.
Even on Facebook, if you share, you might pick us up a new follower, and
Mhm.
somebody might, get a smile on their face.
That's right.
If you got a smile, maybe they will too.
That's
So
right.
share everything you possibly can, please.
Mhm.
Yeah, I didn't know you could just like it on YouTube.
Mhm. Yep. You can dislike it too if you didn't like the
Oh
video.
no, I won't do that. I am a positive person. If I have a negative opinion, I keep my zipper shut.
Just keep on moving on.
That's right. That's right. I try to not make anybody upset.
I mean, talking about change, I've changed something up on the videos, and I was a little leery of it because one time before I had changed up the intro, and I got some feedback. Hey, I like it, whatever. But so the new intro is different, and I'm sure most of you guys have picked it up. But do you like the new intro or do you like the old intro?
I can answer that.
What's that?
People like it.
I think so.
I'm answering for you guys, and
Yep.
and because if they don't like it, they've kept their zipper shut.
That's right.
Which is what I would do anyway.
That's true.
So yeah.
Somebody said they found your shirt and bought it, Brooke.
Oh, was it on clearance?
Was it on clearance, Wendy?
Was it on clearance? Because the time after I bought the shirt, I went in there and they still had some hanging. So yeah, Duluth Trading had them on clearance. Maybe they were discontinuing this pattern or something.
Yeah, because that's a similar pattern on the overalls too.
Yeah, they have overall. Do I have those? I do.
Yes, with the gnomes on it.
In the red.
Yep.
Oh, I should have worn my red overalls, and I could have wore this up under it. I would have been busy, wouldn't I?
You'd have been gnomed out.
Y'all might not have said, I like your blouse then.
Mm-hmm.
But interesting. Yeah. If you have a Duluth store near you, I can just about bet you they got some left if you want it. If you don't, that's okay too.
I just saw a comment that was strange. I think her name was Vicky. She said that I can't comment on the YouTube videos, but it just started happening. But she's on YouTube and she commented on the live, and that's really strange.
Huh.
I don't know, Miss Vicky. I don't have a clue. Absolute. I don't know.
New intro's great. Good. I love the new intro.
I may even put a poll up and let people that way I can see it for sure. But I thought it was a nice change.
Well, I tell you, I think everybody. Oh, they wanted to know if she was subscribed.
You don't have to be a subscriber to comment on YouTube.
Oh, you don't?
You just log in. Anybody can comment.
See, this is a learning session for us. $35 in Knoxville for the shirt. I didn't pay near that much, y'all. It was like $12.
Huh.
I'm not kidding. It was really, really cheap. Maybe I got it at like a extra something. They have sales every single day. It really kind of gets on my nerves.
Well, I tell you what I did.
You turned the notifications off.
I started about 2 days ago, and I noticed that I was constantly getting so many emails, especially, I've bought old tractor parts, so I get those, and old Volkswagen parts, and I get those, and we buy Duluth, and we get those, and we bought some, if you ever buy something, you start getting that email every single day. And I was like, you know what, I'm tired of this. And it used to be kind of a pain to unsubscribe from an email.
Uh-huh. It is for me still.
But now on at least Gmail, because that's where all our mail comes from too, is our Gmail, no matter what. I don't know how Jacqueline got that set up. But anyways, it just says right there, unsubscribe. You don't have to go to their website or nothing. And I click it, and it has been like a breath of fresh air. It's like seeing no political ads anymore on TV and YouTube.
Our personal email comes up on my watch.
Mm-hmm. Now I can't do our
no, but listen.
Yeah.
So there are some that I think every day, I wish they quit sending me emails. So the other day, one in particular was political. That I don't know how we ever got into that emails. So I went to the email and I said, I'm going to unsubscribe.
Yeah.
Well, it made me put my email address in. When I put my email address in, it said that it wasn't correct. I thought to myself, I know good well it is correct because you sent me an email and I couldn't stop it.
Was that on? That was on our personal.
Personal. Oh. It really irks me sometimes, but
I saw somebody asked, Miss Robin asked, does it help us if they watch the ads or if they skip it? Y'all, yes, it does help if you watch the ads, but I totally understand if you want to skip them. I do. I mean, I'm not going. I mean,
it's your preference.
It's your preference.
Of course, it does benefit us if you watch them.
Yeah.
But I can't tell somebody to watch the ads because that's just not who I am.
That's right. And a Facebook user, I can't see your name, and that is correct. YouTube is completely free, but YouTube has a TV service or a streaming service like Netflix and Hulu called YouTube TV, and it does cost money. But you can't. This is going to be confusing, but regular old YouTube is free, and you can watch regular old YouTube on your TV.
Videos.
Gosh, that's terrible.
Well,
I don't mean to confuse me.
I tell y'all, I have two things. We have TVs that have the Roku availability. And when I go to anyway, we subscribe to YouTube TV. I'm gonna shut up. And that's sometimes I get confused with the two apps.
Yeah.
Because it's one for like watching videos and there's another one for watching TV.
Yeah.
And sometimes I hit the wrong one if I'm going to watch something on TV and I end up.
Yeah.
So it can be kind of confusing if you subscribe to the TV, but you don't have to pay anything if you're just watching videos.
And there is a service that you can pay a little bitty monthly fee and you don't see any ads on the regular YouTube too. I see a lot of people saying that they do that. So anyways, it is confusing sometimes.
But I have a feeling that if you're like me, you don't subscribe to the YouTube TV because you couldn't figure out how to get subscribed.
Yeah, probably so.
That's my theory anyway. Because if it wasn't for him, I guarantee you we wouldn't have it. And he only does it during football season.
Yeah, I like it because of football. Absolutely. I used to do something else, but it is kind of crazy. Anyways, then talking about Granddaddy's tractor. So I have been piddling with it. Got the new gas tank on. I put the I took the carburetor off, cleaned it, put new gaskets in it, made sure my needle wasn't sticking.
Needle and seat. I've heard that before.
Yeah. And it's fairly simple. Once I wasn't nervous about it, it's so simple. I mean, the thing, it kind of reminds me of a toilet. So the carburetor's got a bowl in it and it's got a float just like a toilet does. So when that bowl fills up with gas, it makes the float go up and that needle is on top of the float, and so it pushes it up into the seat, which stops the gas from coming.
Well, I don't work on toilets, so I probably better not work on your tractor either.
But anyways, I put it all back together, and it still wouldn't crank. And then I saw gas; it's got an overflow on the carburetor, and gas was coming out of it. And that's kind of what happened to me from the get-go before I took it to Mr. Gary.
Right, I remember that.
And so I started watching more videos because I tell y'all, I want to work on this thing myself and dadgum it and fix it myself. I don't want to something go wrong with this tractor and I have to load it up on a trailer and carry it to a mechanic shop and let him look at it. And he may have it 1 week, he may have it 8 weeks. I just want to figure it out myself. And so I started watching more videos, and I think I got a float adjustment problem because if the float don't go up quite enough, then the needle don't seat, and then the gas still comes out, which could overfill my bowl and make gas run out of it. So I'm going to take it back off because I'm not scared of the carburetor anymore.
Well,
Nervous, anyways.
I will tell you this. I don't want you working on toilets if it possibly could overflow the toilet.
Right.
I mean, stick to the tractor.
Yeah.
Okay. Because that can be done
tractor.
outside. I mean,
That's right.
You start working on our toilets and overflow in the inside, we got a big mess. You know, men, I'm not saying Jason in particular, but men don't tend to clean up their messes. And y'all know this. I'm talking about him right in front of him. So this means if the toilet overflowed, I would be the one cleaning up the mess.
Yeah.
But outside, the mess stays.
That's right.
So there you go.
So that's I gotta get me I watched them. They had like this I want to call it fancy, but it really wasn't fancy, but a tape measure is not going to work. They had this fancy metal ruler. It's about yay long. And that's how they used it to measure how far the float needs to go up. And see, once I've done this carburetor and I have bought that one from China that, gosh, you can tell the difference. The one Mr. Gary put on there and this one and the one that was on Granddaddy's tractor and this Chinese one is. But anyways, I could see it was working properly. But I think that my float's out of adjustment. So I'm going to get me a metal ruler. We're going to go town day. We may run by the store and let me see if they got a metal ruler.
You can get one in town?
It's just a little old metal ruler. I think I can find one.
Like at a parts store?
Don't have to be the parts store. Walmart may even have one. Just a simple little old metal ruler.
Oh.
So I can see.
Oh.
It needs to be 1/4 inch is what I saw. And I need to make sure.
Well, we got one, but we won't find it.
And I just need to bend. It showed me how to bend the float a little bit. And so I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna figure this tractor out, y'all. I'm absolutely gonna figure this tractor out. And I know when to say when, but it's not something that I'm pressing. It doesn't have to run right now.
But you want to fix it.
I want to know how to fix it myself. I don't want to have to depend on somebody.
Well, it's going to break again. It's the thing.
That's
and
right.
Every time it breaks,
yes.
You can't run off and take it to a mechanic because if you plan on using it, things are going to happen.
And it's a simple tractor. This isn't the Kubota. And I feel confident fooling with our Kubota.
I was going to say, you've never, ever had to take the Kubota to anybody. You've always fixed it yourself.
Yeah. So
if you can fix the Kubota, you can definitely fix that old tractor.
I think I'm going to start fooling with it because everything on it's been replaced, y'all. And I mean everything. I mean, what I replaced on it, and then Mr. Gary, who replaced the coil and the points and the condenser, and you got a new distributor on it. I did the plugs, wires, rotor button, cap. I put a new water pump on it because it was leaking. And I put a new gas tank on it. And I've done, I fiddled with the carburetor so many times now that I feel fairly confident fiddling with the carburetor now. I used to be nervous with it, but not anymore. It's just so simple. There's no fuel pump on it or nothing. It's just gravity fed, old school design, and I'm going to figure it out. Yep.
Well, everybody agrees with me about men not cleaning up their messes. Just to let you know, it's not just you, Jason.
Oh.
And you do your best, but
I do my best.
You do your best, but it's just a typical man thing.
That's because mine goes. At least mine does.
Well, they know women are coming in behind them, and we're gonna clean up your mess.
Oh my goodness. Well, I don't know how long it's going to take me to figure it out, but I'm just going to fiddle with it. I am. I'm just going to, work on a little bit. And if I get where, I'm frustrated about it, I'm just going to stop, do some more research, move on, come back in a day or two later and get back with it.
Where did I buy the shirt? I bought the shirt at Duluth Trading. I think I'm going to say this every 5 minutes because we have new people coming in. And
That's okay.
everybody tends to like the shirt.
That's okay.
I said earlier, y'all, I was on the fence
Mhm.
about the shirt. But now I think I might better buy a backup in
Mhm.
case it happens to this one. I can make y'all happy.
We just put a new. Mr. Gary just put a new coil on it. That somebody else said that they think it's the coil. He just put a brand new coil on it. So
Stand
it
up.
could be. It could be. I mean, I understand. I worked in the parts department for 22 years. I understand. Well, longer than that. Geez, when I got out of high school, just my recent employer. But yeah, you can get a brand new part and it go bad. But it was working, and I got it back from Mr. Gary. It just would only run anywhere from 5 to 20 minutes and just stop, and then wouldn't crank up. I could let it sit for an hour, crank up.
It was rust, right?
I thought it was flooding. Mr. Gary seemed to think too it could be rust in the gas tank. Now I will say this: that gas tank was bad. And then when I started draining the fuel out of it, it's got a little bowl, a little clear bowl that the gas tank runs in first, and that's how you cut it on and off. Anyways, it was just rust all in it. And then when I took the carburetor off, I showed it to you.
Mm-hmm.
So the carburetor's got a bowl in it, and it had rust all in it.
It was nasty.
So I think it's carburetor. I really do. I think it's carburetor. I think that Mr. Gary had everything fixed prior to that, and the carburetor he put on it wasn't quite adjusted correctly on the inside. And so I think it was getting too much fuel, and that's what was causing it to flood out. And that's why I could let it sit for an hour, and it would crank back up after the plugs dried out. So I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna figure it out.
I ain't figuring it out. I'll tell y'all that.
Yeah.
I don't know nothing about it. So I'm just gonna be happy when he gets it running. Just gonna be happy.
Oh my gracious. Don't know. I saw Volkswagen. I don't know. I'm gonna reach out to Donnie today and get an update on the Volkswagen today and see what's going on with it. So.
Oh goodness. Love your shirt, Brooke. Please tell us where you got it.
They might have put a little thing right there that says my shirt come from Duluth.
My shirt came from Duluth Trading.
Got it on clearance, but it looks like it's not on clearance anymore.
I think if they said $30-something, it was on clearance because the regular price was up there.
Yep.
And that's why I bought it.
And people are asking about mine. Mine, you bought them at the same time.
Yeah, probably.
Mine was on clearance too.
I'm a sucker for a clearance rack.
I tell you, I wear them out though.
Yeah.
I almost told you yesterday that I would like to go there and get a couple of pair of pants because I'm rough on pants.
Well, they said it's on clearance for $35.99.
But you didn't pay near that.
No, y'all. I think I probably got it 60% off the clearance price. And they were having, and that's probably, is that Duluth?
It is. It's that other.
Okay, that AK or whatever.
Whatever brand they have there.
Fix that right. I think I probably got it 60% off. And some days you can go in the store and it'll be like a 1-day sale thing and extra 60% off the lowest ticketed price. So I know that I paid less than $16 for it.
Yep. And sometimes I think their stores are different than online too. You know, that store may have, they want to get rid of that shirt.
For sure.
They only had like 2 sizes left or something. Who knows?
But you know what they do? If they have stuff online, they'll pull from stores.
Yeah, that's true too.
To ship it.
They will do that.
So is it soft? No, it's not real soft. It feels like it's linen.
It does.
I don't know if it is or not, but it it feels it's not soft. It's not soft.
And somebody said it's $46.99 in Connecticut. Huh. Ain't that crazy? That's crazy. That is so crazy.
Keep waiting. I wouldn't pay that.
It'll go cheaper.
It will go cheaper. But don't sign up for email alerts, whatever you do.
So you'll get at least 3 a day.
At least 3 a day.
And that's why we don't do it. Somebody says it's him.
Huh.
It kind of does feel like him.
Yeah, maybe.
But that's why we don't do that with our emails. If you sign up for our newsletter or whatever,
no, sir, we are not going to do that because we don't like it, and we don't think that everybody else probably doesn't appreciate it either.
That's right. usually on average 1 to 2 a month. Is what we send out on email. So
Oh, speaking of something we sent out, last call on fall merch
yes,
is tomorrow night.
so the fall merch stops tomorrow night.
The fall merch is going to be gone from the website tomorrow night.
Okay,
Monday morning, there will be new merch added.
gotcha.
Now, we won't show it to y'all until the live on Tuesday because, it's just how it happens.
Unless something crazy happens, that's what's supposed to happen.
That's what's supposed to happen. But last call on the fall merch, Jacqueline plans to take it off the website tomorrow night.
Okay.
You can't buy it anymore.
Yep.
Those designs are gone.
Those are gone, and then
not yet, but tomorrow night they will be.
Some holiday designs are on the way.
Yes, some Christmas merch will be available.
And
somebody said didn't know you had merch. Yep, go to our website. Let me tell y'all what a website is.
Where's that?
We're not spammers. We will not send you emails. So you have to physically go to www.coghillfarm.com.
Yep.
And you can see the merch.
I say Canada. I had a long conversation via email with a lady yesterday about Canada. Y'all, we have no idea why Canada's customs and duties are so high. I can ship to UK and Australia cheaper than we can ship to Canada. And she told me, she said, well, I shipped something to the United States and it wasn't near that much. It's because the United States doesn't have that. And it blows my mind, and I'm so sorry about that. But for some reason, when we ship to Canada, it is a lot. It absolutely is a lot. And I told that lady, I understand 1,000% why you do not buy anything from us. I absolutely get it, because it is a lot.
It's United States Postal Service,
and we have no control over the cost. It automatically, we don't do anything with the shipping. It's just tied to the
it's actual cost of the shipping.
Yeah, it's just tied to the post office. So I mean, it somebody from Oklahoma may pay a little cheaper than somebody from New York. We don't have anything to do with it. It's just automatic, and I have no idea why but there's some duties, and that's what they call it. I had to look it up because I was talking to this lady yesterday, and we were trying to figure it out. And I even told her, I said, I'm going to, it's the tariffs on goods coming into the U.S. is what somebody just said. That's it. I mean, it is
coming in from the U.S.
Coming in from the United States. It is crazy how much Canada charges, how much shipping is to Canada versus everywhere else. But I'm gonna get Jacqueline to double check again.
Canada Post is on strike.
Oh, really?
That's what Tiffany said.
I don't know, y'all. I don't know why it's so much. I really don't know, and I'm so sorry. I'm gonna get Jacqueline to double check, but I don't think I have any more options. But I will double check and make sure that there's no other options there. So
well, and we're small. I mean, we don't ship a whole lot of stuff, so obviously Amazon is going to get a better deal when they're shipping.
And Amazon may have a warehouse in Canada too.
That's true. I mean, well, some things are still coming from the United States, but still they're getting a better shipping rate than what we are.
Yep.
We're only charging what the post office charges us.
Yeah.
And it
is. I looked it up, and they said it was duties and
tariffs,
handling charges, and it was this long, complicated answer. But I am so sorry, y'all. I really am. I wish there was something else I could do.
Yeah, if there was something we could do, I promise you we would, because
absolutely
we we know how hard $1 is to come by.
It's crazy,
and
it's crazy. Also talking about Christmas stuff, we do have and from people Canada, they said they got this, and the last one, and it didn't have all the crazy charges on it. It come from Amazon.
Yep.
And that is
a new Christmas book.
We have a new children's book. Well, I guess anybody, but
we have a new book.
We have a new book, but it's really a children's book. And it is a Christmas one, and it's called Cog Hill Saves Christmas. And it is on Amazon. We do not have a link to it on our website yet because Jacqueline and Zach are on a little vacay there. And
It's really cute,
I
y'all.
may even like this one better than the last one.
Well,
don't
I
know.
was about to say, I think the Peaches story was great. I love the Peaches story, but I love this one too.
It
It's
is.
just a totally different story than the Peaches story. So
Here's Moo Man looking out the window.
Mildred in her sunglasses is the best.
Yeah.
Find that page.
Oh, here it is. Mildred in the sunglasses. I just saw. Here it is. Mildred in her sunglasses.
They put up the lights and they were so bright. Mildred had to wear her shades. So I did go to Amazon and I typed in Coghill Farm and I had to go down a little bit to find the Christmas book. So we will get it put on our website. So it's easier maybe for you to find.
We will, and I'll put a link to it on the that says YouTube user now. Look at that. Goodness gracious, I don't know what's going on there. But anyway, sorry. I don't know what's going on with the live. But it is up, and I'll try to put a link out there too if anybody's having a hard time.
Yeah, it just, when you type in Coghill Farm, you have to go through several things. There's other things Coghill that are not necessarily related to us.
That's right.
But you can find it if you just keep scrolling.
That's right. And
the Peaches book's still on there too.
Peaches book's still on there too. And we are going to do we are going to eventually, it's probably going to be next year, self-publish this book and offer it where it comes directly from us. And but
we
right
have
now,
some talks to do.
We got a lot of talking to do, and
with Mr. J.
Had several people reach out to us when we mentioned this in the last live or a couple of lives ago, and that reached out to us that were semi-local too.
Yeah, that told us ways that we could get the book published and not have
they actually publish books too. So we're going to look into that later on, because we've seen a lot of y'all had some issues with Amazon. We've had several people say that they do not like Amazon, and we totally get it. And
but some people say that it's better that they order on Amazon if they're international because of the shipping charges.
That's right. And if we do, we may do it both ways. So we'll get into all that later.
Yeah, it's gonna have to be some talks and some things worked out. But for now, the Christmas book can be found on Amazon. And even when you order it, even when we do put it on our website, it will take you to a link that's on Amazon.
Yep. Absolutely.
I love Amazon. So it's mixed feelings about that.
It is.
You can never satisfy everybody, and we know that, but we're going to do the best we can to make it the best value to you.
That's right. Absolutely.
So book is on Amazon. I see a lot of people have already, say they've ordered it. Got my book. Just ordered a book.
Good deal. I saw this, and that's Sharon said, did I ever see the problem with John Deere tractors where farmers can't work on them? John Deere's got it so complicated, and you got to have a certain piece of equipment to work on John Deere tractors, and they actually got sued about it. And I don't know if I have to go back and look if they may have not settled that yet. Because farmers we can't even work on our own equipment. You have to take it back to a John Deere dealership.
Wow.
Yeah, and that was a really big deal. I have totally forgotten about that. I wonder if that lawsuit ever came about. Interesting.
And y'all, if
are the Christmas shirt, they're not on the website yet.
We are not introducing the Christmas merch until at least Monday. It may be Tuesday. But Monday or Tuesday, the Christmas merch will be available, and we'll show it to you.
That's right.
This and that are vinyl. This and that vinyl has been on a little mini vacation themselves.
Exactly.
So I have not been able to get my personal shirts from them to show you, and that's why it's not up yet.
Yep.
But it will be.
That's right.
It will be. Oh goodness, I just forgot what I was about to say. Hmm.
What else you about to say?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what I'm about to say. We got a big ball game today. We got Alabama and LSU. That's a big one.
I asked Jason what time the game was because I knew that was going to reflect our plans for today. And it's a night game.
It's a night game.
Which is good for me.
Yeah, that's right. That's
Not good for Mary Carl. She misses her TV time, but we'll find Mary Carl and I'll find something to watch.
We can actually watch something before then.
Well, I know you can, but I'm just saying.
Okay.
She'll be with me tonight, which is not the norm.
Oh, okay.
Right?
I always tell her she could watch the football game with me, and she's not
She's
interested.
always declined. She's always declined.
Oh, me. Yeah.
Mary Carl needs to have a calendar with her photos, y'all. Maybe later, but she's so critical of her.
And she's still very private.
Very private.
She doesn't like.
And we don't know if that'll ever change.
That's true.
But we let her make her own mind up, and we will continue to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Never will we publish her photos without her permission.
Yeah, that's right.
I just don't think that's right.
That's right.
So we'll let her make that decision.
Sonny says she's in Jayhawk country. That's big basketball country. Alabama's got a pretty good basketball team. Number 2 in the country. I think Kansas is number 1, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, wow.
Yep. Alabama had a basketball game. Pretty sloppy, but still.
Oh, you watched it all, didn't you?
I did. I watched every bit of it.
Well, I tell you, I was downstairs. Jason was upstairs. I knew he was watching the ball game, but I never heard it. Was it not on TV?
Mm-hmm.
Your TV wasn't up loud.
I didn't want to wake y'all up.
It was completely silent.
Mm-hmm.
And I never heard any stomping or anything.
No. It
just wasn't stomp worthy, huh?
It was some... The refs were terrible. And I'm not one that... When I mean the refs were terrible, they were terrible for both teams. It was not one-sided. I don't get into all of that mess, but the refs were terrible. They blew the whistle nobody could get in any rhythm because they were constantly blowing. Let them play ball. Just what I say.
Let them play ball.
Let them play ball. I don't know.
Holly's up here and she's been such a good girl. Dee Dee chose to stay out this morning. I do not know why. I checked on her before the live and she was laying at the front door quiet as a mouse. Maybe the temperatures are just right for Dee Dee. I don't know, but she's been a good girl too.
She has been a good girl.
Everybody's been quiet.
And it's total opposite. Usually Holly's outside playing with the boys. There she is.
Oh my goodness, that's the first time she barked. Do you think her hearing's so good she heard me say her name? Y'all, that is literally the first time we've heard a peep out of her.
That's hilarious.
Okay. Well, Dee Dee says it's time.
Dee Dee says it's time.
Dee Dee says it's time. We are going to run to town and get Miss Loretta's cage back to her.
And a lot of people say for me to go to the sewing section, there should be a metal one there. Or also they said AutoZone may have one too. So
okay.
ruler.
I saw some things about some craft stores, and the first thing that came to my mind was May made it.
May made it, or So Charming, but they're maybe closed on
Well, I don't think May's going to be there either.
That's true.
So we
what's going on, Walkers?
We're gonna find a metal ruler, and we're gonna get Miss Loretta's cage back to her.
Sounds good.
And some of us are gonna watch a ball game tonight.
Hey, you and Mary Carl y'all can read a new book again.
I'll read it to her. You think she'll sit in the bed like she did when she was little?
That's right.
Let me read her a bedtime story before her bed time. That's what we'll do. And I'll make it live too. She'll never remember. I'll forget to cut off the live so y'all can see her reaction. Not really. I'm just teasing.
Oh, goodness.
Are you finished with your coffee? I got a couple of sips left, but I'm going to chug it after.
I'm gonna have
one sip.
I am now.
I'm going to chug it after we get off. Okay. Y'all, May's open today.
Is she?
We don't want to bother her though. We'll see if somebody else has got a metal ruler.
Y'all be good.